Hey there, I'm Wendy Bounds. Well, today on Off Duty, we are going to be taking you into the house of the future and then onto the football field. But first, if you are suffering from Oscar withdrawal after last night, not to worry. A little bit later in the show, we'll have a roundup of the best fashions. Plus, I'm going to be giving out a few WSJ Oscars to some very familiar faces. But first, gizmos and gadgets. Stacy Delo is here to tell us about high-tech devices that can transform your home into something almost out of a sci-fi movie. Take a look.
We still don't have flying cars or robotic maids, but new gadgets aim to please those waiting on a Jetson-style home of the future. Need wrinkle-free shirts? Forget ironing and install a closet that steams and shakes those wrinkles away. Vacuum your home without lifting a finger with the HomeBot, and troubleshoot washing machine errors while on the go. They're all part of LG's SmartThink technology, which seeks to redefine housework. Got a smartphone? Apps and appliances are working harder than ever to make our lives easier and even help us come home to chilled wine.
This is Hire's wine cellar. There is an application to scan the wine just right on the barcode in the back, and it's going to pull up all the information about the wine. It's going to store it in a private list, and you can peruse it. It'll tell you when the wine's going to be at its best, and you can even tell it to chill the wine for you while you're at work, so you can come home and it's perfect.
The app is free, but the cellar costs about $200. Even the body is getting in on the act these days. Companies like PrimeSense can scan the body and then let you try on clothes virtually. And gesture technology is turning people into remote controls that navigate television menus and play games.
TV has always been fun when you actually watch a movie, but it's never been fun to look for a movie. It's never been fun to actually navigate across all the different live TV choices that you have.
Many of these technologies are still in their infant stages, but the days of controlling your home with the swipe of a finger or a wave of the hand are here or near.
Looks cool, but I bet it's going to take a few extra bucks to complete that renovation. And how do you get the money? Well, our own Robert Frank, he covers the super wealthy, and he has tips on how to fatten up your own paycheck.
For me, there are really three secrets to becoming a millionaire, and they're not the three secrets that you usually hear. What we usually hear about how to become wealthy are that you work really hard, you go to school, and you basically don't get in trouble with the law or do something that would jeopardize your reputation. But I've met so many billionaires and millionaires who don't really work that hard, didn't even graduate high school, and have done things that have damaged their reputation at one point or the other. So those three things, while often important, are not the secrets. For me, the three secrets start with number one: don't do it for the money. Most people think the way to get rich is just focus on how do I make a lot of money? Would this product do it? Would this idea make me a lot of money? Which is actually kind of a backward way of thinking. The rich people I've met say, find something that you either know a lot about or, more importantly, love to do, and pursue that with all of your passion, and the end result will probably be wealth. Number two is to ignore the naysayers. Most of the millionaires and billionaires I've met started a company or came up with an idea, and all of them said when they first came up with that idea, everyone said, it would never work, are you crazy, why would you ever do that? You have to see something missing in the market that no one else sees. And the key to knowing whether an idea is truly revolutionary enough to make large wealth is when you first propose it, if everybody hates it, it's probably a great idea. And number three is be prepared for large sacrifice. I think in America we have this idea that wealth comes maybe through hard work and working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, but most people don't realize the true sacrifice to your health, to your family, to your relationships that comes with pursuing one idea with total obsession for a long period of time, because that's the way to get wealthy. So for people who really want to get wealthy, they have to understand these three things and be comfortable with them if that's their goal.
Okay, we're getting ready to ambush the show. They're live right now. Simon's going to be very surprised, but pleased. I think he'll be pleased.
We're back with more digits here at WSJ Live. I'm Simon Constable, and we're going to get to the battle over...
Stop. Sorry. We have some late breaking news. Simon, I am so pleased to tell you the Academy Awards, you have been awarded Best Accent in a Leading Role.
Oh,
now,
sweet. Thank you very much. Nice. Thank you very much.
Spend just a moment here with you. How did you prepare for this role? How did you prepare for this accent? Did you have a coach?
Yes, my mom.
Your mom.
My mom and my dad, yes.
So you owe it all to them, really?
Mom and dad, yeah.
It's amazing.
And the 60, but I love this. WSJ Oscar, Best Accent in a Leading Role. I love this. Thank you very much. Awesome.
It's an incredible honor. And Rupert,
it's a little lighter than I thought it would be.
Don't complain. We just gave you gold. Don't ask for platinum. Anything you want to say to all your loyal fans out there before we go back to digits?
Thank you very much for being there. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Wendy.
Congratulations on that accent, Simon Constable.
Thank you
all
very
right,
much.
best of luck.
Thank you very much. Well, that's cool. I'm not gonna release hold of this for the entire show now.
All right, we've got one more award to give to Evan Newmark. He can be a little surly sometimes. He's the host of Mean Street, so we'll see how it goes. Wish us luck. This is good. We'll wait.
The venerable Washington Post, well, it's suffering just like every other newspaper across America. Having some trouble, including...
Sorry, Evan. You are always having such heavy segments on your show. You need to lighten it up. There is a special Oscar for Evan Newmark. Now, this one says Best Bad Boy Alternative to the Money Honey. I think Charlie Rose was also up for it, but you win.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the Academy and everyone who voted for me.
It was all of us.
I want to thank Wendy Bounds in particular for deigning to share some of her valuable star time with
you,
a bad boy like me. And are we using this on Off Duty, or is this just my show that's being interrupted?
We'll
with
see.
This?
I think we may play this elsewhere.
Does this qualify as an off-duty segment?
What I want to know is what America wants to know, which is, what are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Who am I? Well, it's funny you say that. I'm wearing. You should know this coat that I'm wearing, Wendy. It's not mine. This is a coat that basically sits in the newsroom. I don't even know who it belongs to, but I wear it when I have to come up because I don't want to wear a jacket to work.
So a trendsetter, you are Evan Newmark. All right, I'm eating into your precious Mean Street time. Evan Newmark, you're an amazing sport.
Thank you very, very much,
we love
Wendy Bounds.
You.
Don't forget to catch Wendy on YouTube, Off Duty. It's her show, and plus she gets all the other good segments. So if you want to know about the Oscars, stick with Wendy.
Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
Evan Newmark. Well, some people who are rich, they buy toys with their money. Some give it to charity, and then there are those who do both, and our own Lee Hawkins, he has an interview with one of them. It is NFL star Braylon Edwards. And Lee, you talked to him not that long ago. He's presented in the media as a bad boy. You don't think that's fair, though, do you?
Well, I don't think it's fair. I mean, Braylon, like many people, has had some high-profile controversy, but he's also somebody who donated $790,000 to 79 different kids who got 2.5s or higher and participated in a leadership and character development program. And so there's really, you know, that part of it too that doesn't go noticed.
Now, you mentioned sort of the reason he did have the bad boy, I guess, logo slapped on him. He did get into some trouble. What was that?
Well, he actually had a DUI conviction. He was involved in a high-profile fight not long before that. And his whole idea is that between the ages of 26 and 28, he made some mistakes, and he feels that that has colored his entire career and the way that he's portrayed in the media. And so we get into this conversation about NFL athletes and the perception, the public perception of them, and he feels that it's unfair because they are rich and they are famous, but they're young and they make mistakes.
Let's take a listen.
Education in Detroit in terms of high school graduation rate is the #1 lowest in the country. Then I get drafted to Cleveland Browns, and they're the 3rd lowest in the country. So that seemed to be the reoccurring theme. So we thought that if we could start an initiative to allow kids to achieve for something, then we could help them pay for scholarships and pay to go to college. You know, we took it beyond the realm of just education, because a lot of times, you know, in the inner city, there are things you can teach in the classroom and things that aren't taught, such as, you know, for a young man, how to tie a tie, or how to sit at a dinner table, how to shake a hand the right way, how to hold yourself in conversation amongst peers that, you know, may be smarter than you. Or so we had these workshops once every 3 weeks for them to learn how to do these things.
Right. Did you think that that many kids would meet this requirement? Because now you've paid $790,000
right.
to these kids.
I was hoping that. No, I was joking. You know, I didn't. I was prayerful. I was hoping so. But you know, and just think about it, I didn't think that many kids would really reach the goal. And it's not only how they reached the goal, all of them far exceeded that 2.5 in those 15 hours of community service. For all of them were in the 3.0 range. Some of them passed the 4.0 range. So I mean, it was amazing that the results that we got.
And that's coming out of the situation in Cleveland, which is a real dismal graduation rate,
exactly.
Particularly for Black kids and Hispanic kids.
At the time when we started the initiative, they were third lowest in the country. So I have to go back and do my diligence on where they are now. But hopefully with the program, we helped out a little bit. But to get that kind of turnout for 100 kids, 79 kids, and some kids moved out of Cleveland. So it wasn't even just that they didn't finish. They may have finished other places and just lost contact with us. But 79 out of 100, I mean, that's pretty darn good.
And to watch that full interview with Braylon Edwards, you can click right here. Now, we showed you earlier the house of the future, but most of us do have to live in the present. And with that in mind, we're going to show you a few of our houses of the week from Santa Fe to France. Take a look. Fashion, we cannot start this without the Angelina move.
I mean,
that leg.
put your right leg out.
So what was that about?
You know, she had to make the most of that super high slit in the dress. But
and she did.
Yeah, she sure did.
But you liked that dress. That was among your favorites, and we'll get back to her. But Octavia Spencer.
I mean, gorgeous here in Tadashi Shoji. She has worn him throughout the red carpet season, and I loved sort of the gathering at the waist here. Her accessories were perfect. Her nail polish divine. And one of my best dresses.
Very beaded, right?
Very beaded, yes.
Which is sort of going back to that whole artist look, sort of antique look.
Absolutely.
All right, now we get to go back to the slit.
I mean, this right leg, you can't not talk about it here. It's hard to upstage Brad Pitt, but she sure did. I think on the whole, she is the one person that can pull off a simple black dress like this.
So she wins for best slit on the dress, I suppose.
Yes.
And Gwyneth Paltrow, very different dress, but
stunning. I have to say, the Twitter sphere blew up when she hit the red carpet. This is a Tom Ford gown. The cape was removable. She took it off when she presented. I have to say, it was just beautiful.
All right, now we're moving on to close runner-ups. This is Michelle Williams.
I mean, gorgeous. She's here in the trend, the silhouette of the season, which is peplum. It's red, kind of coral with this pink clutch, the pixie haircut. You know, I mean, this is her to a T. And for someone who starred in My Week with Marilyn, I think it was the right balance between kind of sexy, but then also really beautiful.
And an aggressive color. You saw a lot of
Absolutely.
black and white last night, but this is a beautiful color.
Yeah.
Now
to her.
we have to go to the people that you didn't like as much.
I
First
know.
up for that, Kristen Wiig.
Why does she wear so much beige? I don't understand it. She's beautiful. She's hilarious. She should do something super colorful that reflects her personality. And so I was kind of disappointed when the bridesmaid star hit the carpet in this Jay Mendel gown. But
So it's the color you don't like, not necessarily.
I mean, it just all sort of runs together,
Yeah.
and she's got that boho chic thing down. She does that a lot. It would have been nice to see her go super glam.
All right. Now you have a lot of chutzpah because you're going to take Meryl Streep, Best Actress, to task here.
Okay. Gold lame. That is just a lot of gold. And like, congratulations to her for winning. You know, I mean, I love her to pieces, but this, it just was draped, and you know, it's hard for a woman of her age to find an age-appropriate dress. I just thought it was a little too much gold and a little too sparkly and just a little too for my red carpet taste. Yes.
Now she must have brought herself good luck though with that gold because she got the Oscar gold, right?
Exactly.
First, you know, Oscar in a long time.
Yes.
And she's been nominated 17 times, so she's amazing. We have to
wonderful.
love her for her talent. Now there's some folks you were on the fence about.
Yes.
Rooney Mara. Everybody thought that she's going to show up in leather, but very far from leather.
You know, I really like this. Some people took issue with the fit at the top here, and the draping in the Givenchy white gown. The severe bangs, you know, I mean, she's in character, and I understand that. I like that she softened it with the white. It was sort of on the fence for me.
Yeah. All right, another one on the fence, Viola Davis. She was in a Vera Wang that was custom fit for her.
I thought the emerald green was really gorgeous.
I like
The people in the Twitter sphere again took issue with the fitting of the top, that perhaps it could have covered a little bit more. I love that she went natural with her hair. That was really a big hit.
There were some issues with covering. I mean, there was a little J-Lo covering issue, yes?
Is it shadowing? Was it actually a slippage? I don't really know.
We found some like micro trends, little things that we can all sort of take away from the Oscars with us. Now the sleeves, we were speaking about J-Lo earlier. Not everybody was focused on her sleeves. They were focused on other parts. What about her sleeves here?
She made everybody a little nervous with this deep V, but I have to say I really loved how, I guess it was a little cold last night in LA, and I love that she sort of covered up with this all the way, sort of covering almost to her fingers. I thought that was really elegant, and sleeves are something that, you know, are universally flattering on women. It's hard to sometimes wear your bare arms, so I like that she did this.
Now, the other thing, we looked at this a little earlier, the peplum.
Yes.
To explain, for people who don't know what the peplum is, let's take a look and tell
This
us.
silhouette was all over New York Fashion Week. It's where they put a sort of an extra layer of fabric right at your waist to your hips. And it has to be fitted perfectly. I mean, this is a tricky one to pull off because you're adding bulk in a place where most of us don't want or need it there.
Yes. Extra weight around their hips. I don't know.
Tina Fey looked incredible though in this custom Carolina Herrera. I thought she has never looked better. So I have props to her stylist as well.
All right, and then the nude shade.
Yes.
We saw a lot of that. I mean, J-Lo almost nude-ish, and then Kristen Wiig in the nude
Yes,
as well.
again with the nude.
The dress you don't like. This is not a trend you recommend.
Well, I think it's difficult to pull off. You have to make sure that it goes with your skin tone, and that it doesn't, you know, that it also shows up enough. But nude, blush, those kind of hues are really in right now.
All right, and Cameron Diaz, I think she was a nude as
Yes,
well.
yes.
And any dresses just that we were sort of like flagging in the Heard on the Runway blog that sort of actually made it into the
Yes, it's very fun. Okay, so this is Stacy Keibler, who is on the arm of George Clooney.
Otherwise known as the woman on the arm of George Clooney.
And this is a Marchesa dress straight from the runway. I guess there was a little bit of a fight over this dress among Hollywood stylists. This gold lame, one shoulder draping gown looked perfect on her, and it was really fun to sort of see it. After having seen it on the runway, she styled it a little bit differently. She wore her hair down, but I think she looked incredible. And George, you know, I mean,
always looks incredible.
Yeah, got a statue, whether he won or not, right?
They have it so easy, the guys.
Yeah.
Very quickly, how do they sort it out who's going to get what dress?
Well,
Everybody wants the same dress.
I think it's the star power. The bigger of a star you are, and Stacey's not necessarily a big star, but George nominated. I mean, everybody knew he was the one walking around saying she's wearing Marchesa.
And that's it for today's WSJ Off Duty. I hope you will click above to subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Click like if you see something you like. I'm Wendy Bounds. Join me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.